When you did finally find out that it was King Von who died, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn. If Brian did that stupid last night, he still would have been alive.
Ever since King Von's death, Lil Tim hasn't stopped speaking out, and now it seems he's pushing things even further. Word on the streets is that he's leaked new exclusive footage connected to the rapper's murder. With so many unanswered questions about what really went down that night in Atlanta, this alleged leak could shift the entire narrative. To understand the weight of this, we need to revisit the night of the shooting, November 6th. 2020, outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in downtown Atlanta. Rising Chicago drill star King Von, real name Davon Bennett, had just released his debut album Welcome to a Block a week earlier and was reportedly still riding that celebration energy. According to the GBI and Atlanta PD, tensions sparked around 3:20 a.m. when Von's people and Quando Rondo's crew, including Takwi and Quando Bowman's entourage, crossed paths in the parking lot. What started as a heated exchange quickly turned physical, and then violent. 6 people were shot and 3 lost their lives, including Von and 34-year-old Mark Blakely. Chaos erupted as multiple shooters opened fire, with 2 off-duty Atlanta officers on security detail also discharging their weapons. Surveillance footage that later flooded the internet captured the moment Von approached Quando and swung first. Seconds later, a man identified as 22-year-old Timothy Lil Tim, leaks part of Quando's crew, allegedly pulled a gun and fired. Police reports say 2 off-duty officers and 1 on-duty cop nearby attempted to intervene, but the situation escalated too fast to contain. The officers on the scene also fired their weapons, adding even more confusion to an already chaotic shootout and making it difficult to determine exactly who hit whom. King Von was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, but later passed away from his injuries. According to the Fulton County Medical Examiner, Von suffered multiple gunshot wounds to the torso, right hand, and head. 1 bullet entered through his right eye and exited the back of his skull, a wound believed to be the fatal shot, just 1 day after the incident on November 7th. 2020, Atlanta police announced the arrest of Timothy Lil Tim, leaks in connection with Von's death. Authorities confirmed he was charged with felony murder. At the time of his arrest, Leaks himself was in a hospital bed recovering from gunshot wounds he sustained during the same confrontation. He had been struck twice, once in the hip and once in the cheeks, and no, not the ones on his face. In a recent interview, Lil Tim opened up about what went down that night and described how he ended up getting arrested while still lying in a hospital bed.
Okay, so you're in the hospital, you were shot yourself, and then you actually get arrested for the shooting?
Right. Like a couple days later in the hospital, they come chain me to the bed.
Okay, so now you're chained to the bed, you're shot, 2 bullet holes in you, and what are they charging you with at that time?
They don't even tell me what I'm charged with.
Lil Tim soon realized just how serious things were once he was transferred into the Fulton County jail system.
He just come in there, I see the handcuffs, I'm like, oh, I know what he's finna do. He like, what did he say? He say something like, you're not charged. He said, you just detained right now. Just detained right now, but you're not charged. He said something like that. But in my head, I already knew what was going on. So I was like, yeah, all right. Like, whatever.
Despite facing a serious felony charge, Tim said his lawyer gave him a glimmer of hope, suggesting there was a chance he could beat the case on self-defense.
You got this, and this. This a high-profile case. You like, it's beatable, though. He was like, I watched the video. You can get self-defense off this, and that. So he telling me that, this, and that. I'm like, all right, like he telling me good news about it. And me knowing how it happened and how it went down, I'm like, yeah, I really could get self-defense.
Right after the shooting, nobody had a clear picture of what actually happened or who was responsible. Conflicting narratives immediately started spreading, with some people claiming King Von might have been struck by police gunfire instead of Lil Tim's shots. Von's ex-Asian doll, also known as Asian Debrat, became one of the biggest voices pushing this alternative version. In tweets she later deleted, she claimed officers told her Tim ain't kill him, the police did, suggesting Von was taken out by a cop's bullet rather than by Tim. The confusion didn't stop there. More rumors surfaced about King Von's sister Kayla B and her actions that night. According to Bo, Von's cousin Kayla allegedly said she turned her phone off after hearing about the shooting instead of rushing to the hospital. Bo questioned her behavior, wondering why she wouldn't want immediate updates on her brother's condition or be by his side. Fans and family alike raised eyebrows at how strange it seemed. As days past, official details slowly emerged. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation took over since officers fired shots during the chaos. They confirmed 2 fatalities and 6 total gunshot victims, including Lil Tim. After he was charged, Tim remained in Fulton County Jail until March 27, 2021, when he secured a $100,000 bond, unusual for a murder case in Georgia. His attorney Noah Pines successfully argued for the bond to be granted. While out on bond, Tim kept mostly quiet, though he did release music, including a snippet titled Off the List, which many fans believed contained subliminal references to the case. But his legal troubles didn't end there. In October 2022, he was arrested again in Georgia on drug charges, including possession of Schedule 1 and 2 controlled substances, along with marijuana. This new arrest came while Tim was still out on bond for the murder case, making his legal situation even shakier. Meanwhile, tensions were still boiling between King Von's people, especially those connected to Lil Durk's Only the Family OT fan Quando Rondo's camp. Both sides appeared to be taking subliminal shots on social media and in music, signaling that the beef was nowhere near settled. Those simmering tensions eventually helped spark more retaliation and more legal problems, all while the case against Lil Tim took a completely unexpected turn. Then came the twist nobody saw coming. On August 20th, 2023, nearly 3 years after King Von was killed, all murder charges against Timothy Lil Tim Leaks were officially dropped. According to his attorney Noah Pines, the case was dismissed before ever reaching indictment. The decision was based on Georgia's Stand Your Ground law, with the district attorney's office seemingly agreeing that Lil Tim was acting in defense of Quando Rondo during the confrontation. Under Georgia law, a person has no duty to retreat before using deadly force if they reasonably believe it's necessary to prevent death or severe bodily harm to themselves or someone else. Pines confirmed the dismissal to 11 Alive News, but didn't go into detail about why prosecutors backed off. Legal analysts, however, suggested that with the chaos of the shootout, multiple shooters, officers firing their weapons, and surveillance gaps proving beyond a reasonable doubt that Leaks wasn't acting in defense would have been extremely difficult. Lil Tim later addressed the dismissal briefly in an interview, giving his own perspective on the outcome.
Well, you were lucky to a certain degree because you're in Georgia, and Georgia has a stand your ground law.
Right.
If this had happened in LA or New York, you wouldn't have been able to, have that law work in your benefit. And unfortunately, the law works both ways. But in your case, it actually helped you because it was proven that you were protecting your friend and you were standing your ground, and ultimately they had to drop all the charges.
When asked how Quando Rondo responded to the news, Lil Tim explained.
How did Quando react when you finally told him?
I was super happy, but he probably was happier than me. He tried to come through the phone. He like, yeah, boy, we finna do this, we finna do that, we finna do this, we finna do that. He making plans for me. I ain't even made for my own self. He like, we about to get this real money now, all this type of stuff. Like, he more happier than me.
Just hours after news broke that his charges had been dropped, Lil Tim released a new track titled Left a Stain, where he rapped about beating the case. The music video even showed him removing his ankle monitor, a symbolic moment signaling his freedom from the system. But the dismissal didn't stop the debates surrounding King Von's death. If anything, it made the arguments louder. Fans, friends, and family members from both sides flooded social media with competing narratives about what really happened that night. Asian Doll continued pushing her claim that police, not Lil Tim, fired the shots that killed Von. In a now-deleted tweet posted after the charges were dropped, she doubled down, writing, "The police said Tim ain't kill him, the police did," implying that this was the real reason Tim walked free. Von's family, meanwhile, was furious that the district attorney's office didn't notify them directly about the dismissal. Online, the situation exploded. Twitter, now and Reddit lit up with debates, with many fans believing the decision represented the justice system failing Von rather than serving him. Rumors spread even further when some sources claimed Asian Doll said ballistic tests showed Lil Tim's bullets didn't match the rounds recovered from Von's body. However, no official documents or court records have ever been released to verify or refute those claims. Adding even more fuel to the fire, Charleston White stirred controversy by disrespecting Vaughn's family, calling Lil Tim a hero and bragging about shaking the hand that pulled the trigger. In the months after the case was dismissed, Lil Tim began speaking more openly about the shooting, revealing new details through multiple interviews. While these weren't actual leaked footage, like some clickbait titles suggested, they did offer his first-hand breakdown of the event. In one of his most direct interviews, Tim admitted he fired multiple shots at King Von, specifically saying he squeezed the trigger 4 times.
When you pull out and you shoot 4 times.
Yeah, the gun jammed.
Oh, the gun jammed?
Yeah.
After the 4th shot?
Probably like 3rd shot.
Lil Tim also explained that he was hit during the chaos, claiming the bullets he took came from police officers at this.
Okay. But after you start shooting, all hell breaks loose. There were off-duty cops in the area, and they start shooting.
Right.
You end up getting shot twice?
Right.
Well, what parts of the body?
I get shot in my right hip bone, and I get shot on my head.
According to Lil Tim, he stayed calm even after getting shot, saying it wasn't his first time taking a bullet.